Putting a rental property inside of a trust will expose all of your assets inside of that trust to things like your tenant lawsuits. The reason being is that when you have a tenant lawsuit coming after a rental property, it's coming after the owner of that rental property, which would be the trust, and it can access all of the assets inside of that trust to satisfy the judgment of that lawsuit. So if you have your family home in there, investment accounts, checking, savings, it can liquidate those assets to pay off the judgment of that lawsuit. And so if you want to make sure all of your assets avoid the probate process and that inside the trust they have asset protection from that rental property, one of the ways that you can structure this is to put the rental property inside of an LLC and then put the LLC membership interest inside of the revocable trust along with the other assets that you want to avoid the probate process and have inside of that trust. And then when you have a tenant lawsuit coming after that rental property that's inside the LLC, that lawsuit gets isolated to the LLC and gives asset protection to your other properties or assets inside of that trust. And so that way you are minimizing the risk of that tenant lawsuit or the other liabilities related to that rental property, and all of your assets are able to avoid the probate process when you pass away.